When the beautiful bridge along Colorado Street over the Arroyo Seco riverbed was built in Pasadena back in 1912, I'm sure the builders never thought it would acquire the nickname Suicide Bridge, a name that acquired its way all the way back in 1932. The Colorado Street Bridge curves over the riverbed, giving the bridge a rather unique perspective as you drive over it. Along the lamps located at the regular intervals, the bridge has a very romantic and old charm look from a distance. But the unique structure has seen over 100 people commit suicide from it, plummeting to the 150-foot ground below. The first suicide was on November 16, 1919, and nearly 50 of the suicides occurred during the Great Depression from 1933 to 1937. Another report predicts 95 people committed suicide from the bridge between the years of 1919 and 1937. The Pasadena Central Library has 3 thick binders on the bridge filled with all sorts of interesting articles and historical facts on the structure. The bridge underwent a $27 million renovation in 1993, during which it received a suicide barrier. This has reduced the number of suicides, although the bridge still retains its nickname. Along with the suicides, of course, came the ghosts. Several spirits haunt the bridge, including a man with a wire-rimmed glasses and a vanishing woman in a long flowing robe. She is often seen standing at the top, vanishing as she throws herself off. Even below the bridge, the ghosts are said to walk the riverbed. Strange sounds and cries echo throughout the dark nights. Misty forms have been reported, and animals act strange in the area. Homeless camping under the bridge have been regularly reported seeing ghostly figures and hearing mysterious noises. Urban legends, of course, surround the history of the bridge. During the bridge's construction, a worker apparently toppled over the side of the bridge and fell into the wet concrete below. He was, according to the rumor, left to die in the quick-drying cement entombed forever. Of course, he's now a ghost haunting the bridge. Some legends state that he's the reason the bridge has claimed so many lives, that his ghost calls to those in crisis, urging them to come to the bridge and take their own lives. Another story surrounds a suicide attempt that supposedly happened in May 1937. Supposedly having been left behind by the father of a child and unable to secure work, a mother threw her baby girl off the bridge and then jumped off herself, apparently so they could be together in the afterlife. In a remarkable twist of fate, the baby landed in a thick branch of a nearby tree, but the mother plummeted to her death. She now is also rumored to haunt the bridge, searching for her baby. It appears that both above and below, the spirits of the dead, long ago claimed by the bridge, still linger, doomed to wander the bridge of where they took their own lives. Below the bridge is a maze of streets and other bridges. There's also stairs going down where no convenient place to park underneath. A slide or a spillway also lies under the bridge. At least 1 or 2 goes through a tunnel, and local kids have referred to it as a slide and spray painted it with the angel of the slide. Local kids would go there in the 60s and 70s and slide down the spillway, either sitting down or standing up. Special thanks to Mike Zenz, who has provided us with this special information. Colorado Street is now called Colorado Boulevard. On the west side of the bridge, exit Highway 134 at Orange Grove, go north 1 block, turn right on Green, then right on Grand, which to the left of the bridge, you can see the grassy park. To drive across the bridge, leave Grand, head back towards the 134, and actually take the 134 on-ramp, but veer towards your left and onto the freeway bridge and onto the highway. Additionally, the bridge was part of a historic Route 66 from 1926 through 1940.
All you girls, they look so fine. See the one with time.
Silver Lake is flanked on the northeast by Atwater Village and Legion Valley, on the southeast by Echo Park, and on the southwest by Westlake, on the west by East Hollywood, and on the northwest by Los Feliz. The neighborhood was named for the water commissioner Herman Silver, who was instrumental in the creation of Silver Lake Reservoir, located within the neighborhood. In the community of Silver Lake lies the namesake reservoir, composed with 2 basins, with the lower one named Silver Lake and the upper one named Ivanhoe. The lower body of water was named in 1906 for the water commissioner Herman Silver, and in turn lends its name to the neighborhood. The upper body received its name after 1819 Sir Walter Scott novel Ivanhoe. The reservoirs are owned and maintained by the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, and they currently provide water to 600,000 homes in downtown and South Los Angeles. At capacity, they hold 795 million gallons of water. The Silver Lake Reservoir's water sources will be replaced by an underground reservoir in Griffith Park, slated for completion in 2015. Also within the grounds of the reservoir is the neighborhood nursery school, which since 1976 has been at the corner of Tesla Avenue and East Silver Lake Boulevard. It is a parent participation cooperative preschool affiliated with California Council on Parent Participation Nursery Schools. The Hollywood sign, formerly known as the Hollywood Land Sign, is a landmark and American cultural icon located in Los Angeles, California. It is situated immediately in the Hollywood Hills area of the Santa Monica Mountains. The sign overlooks the Hollywood district of Los Angeles. Hollywood is spelled out in 45-foot tall white capital letters, and it is 350 feet long. It was originally created as an advertisement for local real estate development in 1923, but it garnered increasing recognition after the sign was left up. The sign was a frequent target of pranks and vandalism, but it has since undergone restoration, including the installation of a security system to deter vandalism. The sign is protected and promoted by the Hollywood Sign and Trust, a nonprofit organization. From the ground, the contours of the hills give the sign its wavy appearance, as reflected in the Hollywood video logo, for example. The sign makes frequent appearances in popular culture, particularly establishing shots for films and television programs set all around Hollywood. Signs of similar style, but spelling differently, are often seen frequently as parodies. The sign is the location of the 1932 death of Hollywood starlet Peg Entwistle. Like many young, ambitious actors who flocked up to Hollywood in the 1930s, Entwistle moved to Los Angeles in 1932 with visions of starring roles in the latest talkies, and like many others, Entwistle found only disappointment living at her uncle's house on Beechwood Drive in Hollywood, literally under the shadow of the Hollywood sign. Entwistle waited for her big break. It was a break that would never come. On the evening of September 18th, Entwistle scaled the canyon hill from her uncle's home to the Hollywood sign using a workman's ladder. She climbed 50 feet to the top of the letter H and jumped to her death. Just 24 at the time, she was nicknamed to the tabloids the Hollywood Girl sign. Ironically, a letter arrived the next day offering her the lead role in a play at the Beverly Hills Playhouse. She was to play the part of a woman driven to commit suicide. Today, local legend has it Entwistle's ghost still lurks near the site of her infamous suicide. Some visitors have reported seeing the young woman from the top of the famous landmark.
TCL Chinese Theater is a movie theater on the historic Hollywood Walk of Fame at 6925 Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California. Formerly Groman's Chinese Theater and Mann's Chinese Theater, the current name of the theater became official in January 2013 after TCL Corporation purchased the naming rights. The original Chinese Theater was commissioned following the success of a nearby Grauman's Egyptian Theater, which opened in 1922. Built over 18 months from January 1926 by a partnership headed by Sid Grauman. The theater opened May 18, 1927, with the premiere of C.C. B. DeMille's film, The King of Kings. It has since been home to many premieres, including the 1977 launch of George Lucas's Star Wars, as well as birthday parties, corporate junkets, and 3 Academy Award ceremonies. Among the theater's most distinctive features are the concrete blocks set in the forecourt, which bear the signatures of footprints and handprints of popular motion picture personalities from the 1920s to the present day.
The Hollywood Walk of Fame comprises more than 2,500 terrazzo and stars embedded in the sidewalks along 15 blocks of Hollywood Boulevard and 3 blocks of Vine Street in Hollywood, California. The stars are permanent public monuments to achievement in the entertainment industry, bearing the names of a mix of actors, musicians, directors, producers, musical and theatrical groups, fictional characters and others. The Walk of Fame is administered by the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce and maintained by the self-financing Hollywood Historic Trust. It is a popular tourist destination with reported 10 million visitors in 2003. The Walk of Fame runs 1.3 miles, 2.1 kilometers east to west on Hollywood Boulevard from North Govey Street to North La Brea Avenue, plus a short segment on Marshfield Way that runs diagonally between Hollywood and La Brea, and 0.4 miles, 0.7 kilometers north to south on Vine Street between Yucca Street and Sunset Boulevard. Downtown Los Angeles is the central business district of Los Angeles, California, as well as a diverse residential neighborhood of some 30,000 people. During the day, an influx of workers was the population to more than 200,000. A heritage of the city's founding in 789, downtown today is composed of different areas ranging from a fashion district to a skid row, and it is the hub of the city's Metro Rapid Transit system. Banks, department stores, and movie palaces at one time drew residents and visitors into the area, but the districts declined economically and suffered a downturn for decades until its recent renaissance starting in the early 2000s. All buildings are being modified for new uses, and skyscrapers have been built. Downtown is known for its government buildings, parks, theaters, and other public places.
Architecture and setting, compelling programmatic offerings, and cinematic exposure have made it one of the most famous and visited landmarks in Southern California. Tens of millions have come to walk inside of the building, view the live planetarium shows, or simply gaze out towards the coast and the heavens. This cultural and scientific icon owes its existence to the dream of one man, Griffith Jenkins Griffith, and to the dedicated scientists and public servants who worked to fulfill his vision of making astronomy and observation accessible to all. The land on which the observatory sits was once part of a Spanish settlement known as Rancho Las Feliz. The Spanish governor of California bequeathed it to the Corporal Vicente Feliz in the 1770s. The land stayed in the Feliz family for over a century, being subdivided through generations. Until Griffith, a wealthy mining speculator, purchased what remained of the rancho in 1882. J. Griffith was born in Wales in 1850 and came to America as a teenager. He worked as a journalist and mining advisor before making his fortune in Mexican silver mines, and subsequently moved to Southern California and got his find in real estate. He moved to Los Angeles and purchased the rancho and spent the rest of his life there. Griffiths enjoyed being referred to as Colonel Griffith, though it seems he was never commissioned as an officer. It's not clear if he even served in the military. During a tour abroad, Griffith discovered the great public parks of Europe and decided that his home in Los Angeles needed a great park for the public. On December 16, 1896, he donated 3,015 acres of Rancho Las Feliz to the city of Los Angeles in order to create a public park in his name. It must be made a place of rest and relaxation for the masses, a resort for the rank and file, and for the plain people. I consider it my obligation to make Los Angeles a happy, cleaner, and finer city. I wish to pay my debt and the duty of this way to the community, in which I have prospered. Griffith Park became the largest urban park in the United States with wilderness areas. The City Council proclamation accepting Griffith's great gift, along with a portrait commissioned officer after his death, and the William K. Keck Central Rotunda inside the observatory.